Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I have a new episode of Clone Wars for you. This is a series that my girl Amanda and I do here on YouTube where we shop our own stash to see if we can dupe some of the popular palettes on request, any palettes that may interest us, and yeah, we're doing it again today. This one was, I think it was by request. I cannot remember who requested it. It might have been something that was being talked about in our Fantastic Ladies Facebook group. I just honestly do not remember. This is not a palette that interests me at all. I do like the brand, and I know that it is very popular, and people have very popular opinions about our dupes when we dupe this brand, which is fine. It's all good. You like what you like, and you buy what you want to buy, and we're not telling anyone not to buy any of these palettes. We're not telling anyone that, you know, they shouldn't buy or they shouldn't like something. I just want to put that disclaimer out there, and by no means are we saying that our dupes are exact dupes of these palettes. This is us shopping our own stash so that we don't have to go out and buy something else to create the same color story. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there because there have been some people that apparently were upset with us last week when we did another Natasha Denona palette, and we don't want to upset anyone. That is not what we're here to do. And yeah, we're working on the color story, and like I said, it's not going to be exact because they're not the same formulas. Sometimes they might not even be the same finishes, but that's okay. It's mostly for us. We're not trying to say you should go out and buy this instead of this. That's not what this is about. It is us shopping our own stash to see if we can recreate the color story of the palette in question. So that being said, again, not wanting to upset anyone, we are doing the Natasha Denona Safari Palette. It is an all matte palette. And yeah, this one doesn't interest me at all. I do think there are some pretty colors in it. Others, I don't like at all, not even a little bit. And anyone that has been watching my channel for any length of time will know that I'm talking about the blue specifically. I'm not into a lot of grays, so that's another color family that I'm not super big on. I used to like it, and I realized that I don't really like it on me. So yeah, pretty much the top right corner of the palette does not interest me in the slightest. And I'll be honest, I had a hard time with the blue because that's not something I want in my collection. And I decluttered quite a bit of blue to a friend of Amanda's over the summer, and I just don't have those blues anymore because I don't like them. So I will say up front that my blues are not going to be exact. They're not going to be really that awful close. I did the best that I could with what I still have in my collection, and I just wanted to put that out there. So as always, I'm going to have the palette somewhere up here, and we're going to get into this, start top left and go right the same way you would read a book. And no, it's not all Coastal Scents, but a lot of it is. So there it is. Starting with the top one, it is Malia, and I will tell you right now, I might mispronounce some of these because, yeah, I don't know what some of these words are. Malia is the first one. This one is a Coastal Scents Hot Pot, and I have chosen Pale Nude, which you guys have seen lots before. It is just a basic kind of pinky peachy nude, and it is just slightly pinker than my natural skin tone. And there that one is. Moving on to Fata Morgana, if that is how it is pronounced. This is the one that I had a very difficult time with because it's blue, and it's a very dark blue, which to me is, that's not my thing. I have two options in my collection. The first one is from the Coastal Scents 88 palette. It is more of a purpley blue, but it is matte, so it is the same finish, but it does have more purple tones to it. So I'm going to swatch this one right here, which it's not horrible. It's just, it's not that great. Like I said, it does have some purpley undertones to it. And then I also have the Coastal Scents steel blue in this little quad, in the Fashion Flare quad. And this one does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, but it is more of a true blue. And let me get you a swatch of that. If I can get my finger in this little tiny pan, and we can compare those. This one is a little bit lighter. So those are as close as I can get for my blues. So not horrible, not great. All right, moving on to Rhino. I have gone back into my Coastal Scents 88 palette, and I have chosen this. It's like a grayish green right here. Let me get you that swatch. This one is actually a very pretty color. I would, if I didn't make a mess all over my hands, I would love to wear this shade. This is one that I really like in here. My green is slightly more green than gray, but still in the same color family. I went on to Temptalia to get more in-depth color story on this palette, and it does say that it's kind of like a gray with a green undertone to it, so that's why I chose that one. And the next one is for the color Stone, and this is my non-Coastal Scents eyeshadow. This one is Bare Minerals, if I can speak, and this is Wearable Stone Light. So obviously it's in the same name family, and I've got cars going by right next to me. All right, let's get you a swatch of this. So that is Wearable Stone Light for Stone. And it is making a mess. It's making an absolute mess here on my desk because, you know, it's a loose pigment, a loose eyeshadow, and it's everywhere. All right, moving on to Savannah. I have chosen a Coastal Scents Hot Pot for that, and this is in the color Brownstone. And hopefully it will swatch with my wet finger. There is my dupe for Savannah, which is Brownstone. All right, moving along to the second row, a very popular hot pot that I have chosen for Aya. That is Chamois or Chamois Nude. It is just a basic, kind of a slightly yellow tone to neutral nude color. And this is so close to my natural skin tone. There it is right there. The next one is for the color Thorn. This is something I happen to have on my eyes today. This is the Coastal Scents Hot Pot Oktoberfest. I love this shadow. I absolutely love it. And of course my finger's wet, so it's not the greatest of swatches. Let me get a little bit more right there for you. That is Oktoberfest. And the next one is Desert Date, and I have chosen the color Orange Crush, and it looks like this. It is, of course, a Coastal Scents Hot Pot, as are the rest of them, I think. Oh, no, I have one that is not a Hot Pot, and that is coming from the Coastal Scents 88 palette. But any other singles that you see like this, they're going to be the Coastal Scents Hot Pots. All right, this is my dupe for Desert Date, and that is Orange Crush. For the color Shea, I have chosen Chocolatier. That's what that one looks like. I clean off my finger a little bit better so I don't get any bleeding of the colors. My hands are a little stained right now from the palette, making a mess. There is Chocolatier for Shea. And the last one on the second row is the color Tribe, and I have chosen Volcanic Blast. This is a very bright color. There is Volcanic Blast. All right, moving on to the very last row, I am getting into the Coastal Scents 88 palette again for the last time, and this is for the color Lotus. I have chosen this shade right here, and let me get you that swatch. The pans are so small that sometimes it's hard to get your finger in there to get a good swatch. There is my dupe for the color Lotus. It is a very light pink. Next one is Amarha, I don't know how you say that. Amhara, I don't know. I really don't know how to say it. I would have said Amara and done a silent H, but it's probably not right. I have chosen, anyway, for that peach brew. Looks like this. Let me get you that swatch because I can't say it. Maybe I can swatch it. There is that shade right there. And next one, Masai, I guess, is the color name. I'm horrible at these names. I really am. I apologize if I am mangling names and words because I don't know. I just don't know how to say it. Oh, did I even tell you what it was? Venetian Red. Sorry about that. I'm so concerned about saying the names that I'm not even showing you what the hot pot is. I'm a mess. I don't know if you guys can tell. I've been sick. That's why my voice sounds funny. And yeah, that's probably why I'm a mess. But it's all good. It is all good. All right, we have two more. And the next one is Voodoo, which is one of my favorite colors in this palette. I have chosen Wild Raisin. It is like a deep, kind of like a purpley brown. I don't know how else to explain it. It is such a pretty color though. Let me swatch that for you. And I won't even get to my elbow today, which is a great thing because, you know, elbow swatches are always pretty awkward. All right, and the very last one is Tamarind. That one's an easy name. And I have chosen, this is Pumpkin Pie. First I thought it was Pumpkin Spice, but that's just the season. It's Pumpkin Pie. Let me get you that swatch down there. And there is Pumpkin Pie. So this is my interpretation of the color story of the Natasha Denona Safari Palette. Again, I know it's not exact. I know the formulations aren't always exact. The finishes aren't exact. But I'm okay with that because this is what I already own in my collection and I don't need to go spend some money to get a similar look that I would get from this palette. Again, this isn't something that was on my radar. It's not something that I would be interested in primarily because of that blue and the grays. Those aren't my thing. Everything else I'm pretty okay with, but I don't think that the rest of it is that unique. The pop of color is going to be pretty much your blue or like some of these brighter pinky oranges right there. And they're just not that unique to me. So I'm not trying to offend anyone that likes this palette. If you like it, awesome. I'm glad you do. And, you know, if you want to buy this palette, go for it. Yeah, we're just duping this, like I said, from our own collection to help other panners out, people that are on a no-buy, don't want to spend the money for whatever reason. If they don't want to buy it and they want ideas to shop their own collection, that is what Amanda and I are trying to do. So that is what I have done today. I'm pretty happy with this. I know that some people won't be. That's okay. That is okay. I'm going to be good with that one. So anyway, I really hope you go check out Amanda's video. She is going to be linked down below. If you have any suggestions for palettes that you'd like to see us dupe, you can also leave those in the comments. We do have quite a few on the schedule for the coming months. So if you have something that's not already on our schedule, we'll be happy to slide it in and see what we can do for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day.